Hey guys, it is Mike with Become the Night. I am very tired and I think I'm starting to get a little burnout. Because of that, today's video is going to be a very simple one and answers a question that I've heard from so many people. I think my brain just needs a little break from the constant motion of doing 4 videos a week, soon to be 5 potentially. So I get asked the question fairly regularly why I called my channel Become the Night. I have answered this question before on live streams and other stuff too, but I still get asked all the freaking time, so I'm just gonna make a video about it so we don't need to talk about it anymore. I didn't start getting into YouTube, as in like watching YouTube, until 2015, something like that. Maybe it was late 2014. Either way, I started really glomming onto the Game Grumps again after taking a hiatus once Danny filled in for John. And I started watching other channels, especially when Five Nights at Freddy's came out. I started going into a shit ton of different gaming channels. And I started really looking at what was out there and what was involved, and seeing that basically these people created their own little miniature empires from nothing. And being a communications media major and looking at the traditional idea of how the communication chain works in traditional media, and how that has changed in new media. Yes, Lindsay Shepherd, people use the term new media still. It completely upset the system, but in the best way possible. At the time, I was the vocalist for a metal band, and that really wasn't working out because then a couple of people had to leave the band, and before those guys left the band, we were fucking close to show ready, honestly. And the frickin' 2 guys who were the leaders of the band, they were the guitar players, and they were taking so fricking long of rewriting and doing this and doing that. It was grating on my freaking nerves because I'd put in almost a year's worth of time and had not played a show. So I said to myself, look, I have my own project that I want to get done anyway, and if I'm going to be investing this much time into something and not getting out of it, at least want to be investing it in my own damn work. So I decided to start making YouTube videos. And this basically came as, do I want to invest my time into finishing this album and then trying to peddle it to people? Or do I want to build an audience to consume my music up front so that when that music gets released, people will actually listen to it? Not realizing the world of shit I would be getting myself into, I decided that the YouTube channel was the better option. Everyone and their dog has a shitty album that they try and peddle off to people and try and get up on Spotify and all that shit and try and bring a band around. And I mean, unless it's amazing stuff, which if I had tried and did that myself at that time, it would not have been amazing stuff. Most other musicians are gonna be like, nah, I'm good. So the first thing that I really noticed about all of these channels was branding. Branding was the key thing to establishing your identity. And part of that involves having good graphics and a good name. I am horribly visually impaired when it comes to knowing what looks good and what doesn't. But the idea behind the channel wasn't just for it to be a place for Mike the Music Snob to have a home. As a matter of fact, Mike the Music Snob came after the inception of the channel as an afterthought. So I thought to myself, okay, if I was going to make a band name for the project that I was doing, what would that band name be? But the band name also has to be a decent YouTube channel name because this is going to be living in the ecosystem of YouTube. So I started writing names down, and one of the names that I wrote down was Becoming the Night, and I sent that off to a friend of mine who is a streamer. His name is Cherry Quench. You should go check him out. He always has a fun stream. We were each other's first subscribers. It was pretty awesome. And he's like, I like it, but there's something off about it. It feels a little clumsy saying Becoming the Night. And I was like, well, how about Become the Night? Shorten it a little bit, make it a little more pithy. He's like, yeah, that's actually significantly better. I was like, okay, that's probably gonna be it. Not gonna lie, I was definitely a little trepidatious about it, as far as like, it's not a normal name, but I was like, fuck it. I've heard of so many band names that are really stupid, but now people think are cool because people pay more attention to the music than they do the band name itself. If Metallica didn't play music that everyone loved, the name Metallica would be such a joke, and you know it. So as long as the music was there, I didn't think the name was as important. As to how I specifically came up with the name Become the Night, I wanted to have it be metal focused, like metal music focused, but at the same point, I also didn't want it to be like stereotypical. I originally wanted to have a visual style on the channel that was more of a gothic medieval type of look, and there's no way I was going to be able to accomplish that, but that was like the ideal. But I also wanted there to be a message involved with all of it, and the idea of a knight came to mind with what was supposed to be chivalry, although obviously in practice not many of them lived up to that shit. But I more pinpointed the idea of chivalry down to integrity. Integrity not only in music and in the business, but also integrity in myself, because it's something that I've been battling with my entire life. I'll even admit there are times on this channel that I have not lived up to integrity, but thank you guys for being loving and understanding and supporting even with my faults. So Becoming the Night was supposed to be the journey on the way to me making myself have more integrity, as well as helping the music industry kind of cultivate some of that as well. It was shortened to Become the Night because it's way better to say than Becoming the Night. If you look at the old videos on this channel, the very, very old cringy ones, it was supposed to be a documented journey of me making the album. And then I started realizing that this isn't gonna work. It would work if I already had an established following of people that cared about me, but very early on I realized that unless people actually give a shit about you, why would they care about your journey of making an album? If I had more people to interact with on a regular basis and collaborating with this album, it would make a better video, but I only had me and what little fucking knowledge I had. It's very hard to make an engaging video when you're sitting there and recording things and having to start over again. So that's when I started doing random jams. I started adding that series to it because I was like, I mean, other people do covers. I can do covers at least as good as these guys. Oh, the fucking hubris. So that became a thing. And then I wanted to do a video explaining what progressive metal was, because I feel like if I'm going to tell people and talk about it all the time, then, or even make an album about it, I should have an explainer of what the hell this is. And that was the inception of Mike the Music Snob. All of the names for the shows that I wanted to make, I needed to make sure were branded and catchy. Random Jams has a rhyme-ish element to it. It does roll off the tongue. It wasn't taken by anyone. And Mike the Music Snob just has that perfect alliteration at the front and then snob at the end, which really kind of caps off the attitude to it. I fell into that one so luckily. So yeah, that's basically it as far as the origins of the channel. For those of you that made it this far, I would love it if you typed in the comments peanut butter jelly time, just to see how many of you actually made it this far. In addition, I was thinking about putting together a masterclass lesson of how to put together a YouTube channel and make a YouTube following or any kind of online following. This would not be for free on YouTube. These would be lessons that I would throw up on an alternate site, possibly my own site, possibly something like Udemy. They could turn out to be pretty costly, I'm not sure. However, let me know if you're interested, if that's something you guys would like to do. And see you guys in the next video. Rock on!